What is up, guys? Here we are with two Ida matches for you today. Two. And in the second match, I'm going to tell you guys a funny little story from my childhood. I know you guys do enjoy those stories. So that'll be in the second match. So this first match is just going to be more focused on the action and the aspect of Ida and All For One. And the second game is going to be another Ida match. But I'm not really going to be talking about the match. Just going to be telling you guys a funny story, since I know a lot of you enjoy that stuff. Anyway, so here we are with All For One, and in this video we're using Ida as our second quirk set, so we're going to get that soon, and you guys are going to see why that is one of, if not potentially the best quirk set to steal as end ever. Look at that, I was like, bring your dumb selves over here. What kind of a sensei are you? Aizawa, putting your kids in such danger. Your teaching methods will be reviewed by the board of All For One. We'll get back to you within 3 working days. And your students are booked for the time being. So yeah, when it comes to finding a secondary quirk for All For One, it's always a good idea to get one that can make you mobile. And I don't think there's probably any better one to do that than Ida. So when you are getting a new quirk as All For One, Ida is an absolute top choice. He's so good, you know, because Ida himself is an absolute menace. You can get anywhere you want very quickly. You can pressure people very strongly, and you can even use the gamma without suffering from the burnout, because you can switch back to All For One before the burnout occurs, and you can evade that entire you know, inconvenience altogether. And of course, Ida is a close range character, but when you're playing as All For One, you can do your alphas, which are ranged, so it gives you this nice balance between ranged and melee. Whenever I see another All For One, and I'm playing All For One, you know, it gets serious, man. It's like, okay, I see you, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure you die later, you know? You just can't let another All For One be in the lobby. But yeah, as you can see there, once you get in trouble, look, this is it. Just see you later. Not my problem. I'm Ida, and I'm out of here. You know, nice to get away from you. I'd shake your hand, but I'm 20 feet away from you now. You know, it's just one of those things. So, Ida is such a great character to pick up for All For One, if you can manage to like nail one down and give him you know, the touch of death. Koi. Nice to see you, ladies. Better to kill you. She was like, F you, dude. Again, look at that. She just, I'm like, pfft, getting slid up on the ground by that thing. I mean, you know, step on me, I'm all for it. But use me like a skateboard? No. That's not what I want. I love using that gamma just to see if anyone's around. It's a good scouting tool. And again, look, you need to get somewhere, just switch right back to Ida. All For One doing that run on the spot is actually hilarious. I was quite happy with the thumbnail I did for this video. It just looks smooth, the thumbnail for this video, man. It just looks smooth. Like, you know, surprisingly, Ida's outfit's helmet on, you know, a suit just looks cool. Yeah, man, I hate it when someone does that alpha combo on me. When I'm, you know, not Ida. Or someone pretending to be Ida. But when you do another one, sorry, on other people, it's like, yeah, how do you like it? This is what I'm suffering through. It's kind of gutting when you do that much damage to one person and then you don't get the final hit and someone else does. You know, you obviously, oh, look how many people got pulled in there. That was a school trip gone wrong. 4 whole people. I don't know why I said whole people. Like, there was a chance I'd pull like a dwarf in, you know? Like, what are you doing here? I don't know. Yeah, 4 whole people. Love that. But that's the danger. When the more people you pull in, the more chance like these guys are gonna just go absolutely bonkers at you. As soon as they come out of that, you know, that stun lock or whatever you call it. Once you're done hitting them. They're like, okay. As soon as this is done, boys, get him. That's why you gotta be real careful. And you see the way I used the gamma there, just to buy time, because I saw that group heal coming, and I was like, it's going to get close. So I thought, rather than risk it, I just used the push away gamma to keep myself safe for like the next 1 or 2 seconds indefinitely. And in that way, you know, the group heal got off without any problems whatsoever. Surprisingly, the charged alpha is a good move against Kiris and Idas, if you can, you know, time it properly and like lead them into it, because it won't give them knockback. And obviously their whole thing is, I'm gonna push through everything that you do without any concern for what you're doing. So if you can, you know, find the time to charge that up, the alpha, and then throw it towards them, it will knock them back. But again, you know, it's very you have to time it properly. And again, look at that, the Ida alpha getting me out of a very tight spot. Very tight spot. Look, this Baku had no clue what he was getting pulled into. He thought he was playing a single player game. He was so focused on his objective. But to be fair to him, he did a nice gamma on me afterwards. Yeah, watching that back, I'm gutted I got hit by that, but I should have done better to dodge it. And again, look at that. Again, another great use of the Ida Quirk. It just can get you out of trouble. And if you're a strong Ida player in general, you know, you know how to do like some funky combos, or you know, you're a master of you know, playing the easiest character in the game. If you know, if you're very good with Ida and you pick this character up and you're, you know, good with All for One too, it's almost like having 2 mains at your disposal at once, and you can do all kinds of craziness with him. So if you are a good Ida player, then, you know, or an experienced Ida player, I think is more accurate, then you will be able to make the absolute maximum of this combination between All for One and Ida. And you're going to be able to pressure people with strong melee. You're going to be able to get out of dodge when you need to escape a very bad situation. You're going to be able to get to places quicker. You're just going to be able to do so much. So if you are an All for One player and you are, you know, looking for, you know, what quirk should I prioritize? What one should I really be trying to get if I can? Probably Ida is at the top of the list, and if not at the top, very close to the top. So keep that in mind. Love having one of those moments where you just get a few alphas off unanswered, you know. Anyone see the boxing result? Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have been, like, you know, following any of that to any degree, but oh my god, the result on that. Oh man, like, if you know about boxing, or even like somewhat partially know about boxing, whoa, what an outcome, you know? Wow. What an outcome. I don't think anyone truthfully saw that coming, except for some people who made, you know, just some shock predictions just to be, you know, just to be that guy. Right? Mate, this All for One got absolutely caught in a spiral of death. You know, he was like crouching somewhere, you know, I'll be okay. I've survived a million circles like this. Yeah, and before you know it, he's getting Tekken juggled. Speaking of Tekken juggle, look at this. Boom, he gets into Street Fighter range and he pays the price for it. Yeah, look at that. Twice. and Darby getting some villain treatment together. And they would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for this meddling All For One. Alright, where are you hiding? the way All For One's body moves when he does that beta cracks me up, man. I'll tell you, he really gets into it. He roleplays everyone he steals the powers of. He was like, you know, Ingenium! He's about to go visit Ida's brother in hospital after this. Bring him a fucking orange or something. I'm like, there you go, bro. Like, who the hell are you? I'm Ida. But better. Thank you for your hard work, Mount Lady. Remember what I said earlier about the alpha? Check this out. Watch. Charged it up. Keep that alpha to yourself. So he tried it. This is, again, you know, charge up the alpha if you can anticipate that they're going to be coming for you. This was a great chance for me to anticipate it. Bang, let it rip, and it just knocks them out of whatever they're doing. So if it's a hardened Kiri, and he's like, time to F you up, you can be like, no. Knock him back for big damage. If it's him, you know, I'm about to beta or alpha you. I can choose, because they're both equally stupid. And you can say, well, I think you're stupid. And bang, hit him with the charged alpha, he'll get knocked back. And again, people playing these characters, they really do just like to, you know, zoom in at you. So a lot of the time, you can just get away with it because they're not going to think too much about it. They're just going to come for you, which leaves them pretty open for it. So yeah, there you have it. First game. Second game is an Ida one as well. And obviously I'm going to tell you guys a funny story about that. So, well, funny story during that. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that first game. All For One. Very damn solid. One of the best quirks to steal as All For One. Offers you a lot, not only in damage, but in mobility, escaping, and chasing. So, there you have it. What more could you possibly ask for? Well, you know, gold, women, a nice mansion. You could ask for a lot more. But, as far as My Hero Ultra Rumble goes, it's pretty good work to take. Anyways, on to the next. And as promised, round 2, I'm going to tell you guys a funny story or two. One is going to be from my childhood that I remembered. Again, both pretty short stories, but I think you guys like the short ones as well. How to even begin this one? Look at the way I caught that Ida with that basic combo. Then I messed up afterwards. Damn it. Yeah, so basically, this story happened when I was at a very young age. So roughly around about, I want to say, maybe like 6 years old, roughly. So when I was like super young, so around like, you know, somewhere between like the age of like, you know, 5, 6, 7, something like that. I used to have a football club. So every weekend I would go to play football at the park with this club. So, you know, we train football and then we'd play matches on some Sundays. So, when you're a kid, and you guys will probably know this, when you're a kid, learning new words that can be used as insults or in situations where you need to say something somewhat bad, like somewhat naughty, it's like when you play an open world game, and you know the map, you open it up and it's all foggy, and as you explore the map, as you explore the world, the map gets like less and less foggier, and you like find new areas and stuff like that. When you're a kid, that's what finding, you know, like bad words and somewhat naughty words and questionable phrases, that's what that's like. It's like you're opening up your vocabulary to more and more words that adults use. And as you learn those new words, you know, you feel like you get older and older, even though you're obviously not, and you shouldn't really be saying those stuff because you're a kid. But it's almost exciting. It's like, oh look, what's that word? I haven't heard that word before. Is that a swear word? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna try it out though, see if it gets me in trouble. You know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, we was, you know, at football training, and there was this kid, and you know, I think his parents were obviously like way more relaxed than mine. So he would, sometimes just say some things that were obviously swear words, and be like, "Ooh, he just swore," you know, because it would be kind of taboo at your age. And then one day we had a match, so we had a football match, and we lost to this other team. And at the end of the game, as that team were walking away off the pitch, I was just standing next to this guy, and he goes, because obviously we're annoyed that we lost. We're kids. We lost the football match. We weren't happy about it. So as they're walking away, I'm just standing next to him, and he just looks at them as they're walking away, and like between the two of us, he just goes, "You." And then he says this line. I'm not gonna say the line yet. When I say the line, that's when you're gonna know in the story, okay? So as he said that line, I looked at him and I thought, huh, I haven't heard that one before. That's a new one. Now, as a kid, you're used, when you hear the F word and the S word, you kind of know that they're bad words. But when I heard this one, I was thinking, that doesn't sound like anyone I've heard before. That must be one that if he's saying it on the pitch here, even though it was just to me and no one else, towards these guys that didn't even hear him say it, if he can say it in this situation, it must not be that bad. It must be a bad word that even a kid like me could say as well, if he can say it. So then, fast forward a few days, and again, remember, I'm like 6 or so years old, and I'm in my bedroom, and I'm standing up playing a game. When I was a kid, I used to stand up when I would play my games. Don't ask me why. So instead of sitting in the middle of the room, I'd be standing in the middle of the room, holding my controller, playing the games. So I'd be playing like some game on my Xbox, and yeah, so for whatever reason in that game, like it didn't go my way, like maybe the computer killed me, or I was playing a football game maybe and the other team scored or something against me. I can't remember exactly what the gaming situation was, but it was negative against me. And my mum was in the room, she was tidying some stuff up on the side to my right. So I'm standing in the middle of the room, my mum's sort of shifting some things around on the right, and again something bad happens to me in the game. And I thought to myself, this is the perfect time to demo my new word I learned. My new phrase I picked up over the weekend. So with my mum right next to me, with her back to me, she's like rifling through some stuff. Something bad happens to me in the game I'm playing, and then I just go, "You dirty cunts." And as I said that, I see from the corner of my eye, my mum just turn around. And I've never seen her look so shocked in my life. And all I heard was, "What did you just say?" Oh my god. Yeah. "What did you just say?" And as I heard that, with her reaction, and I sort of like glanced to the side, and I saw the look on her face when I said that. In that moment, that's when I realized, okay, this word meant more business than I anticipated. When I told you about that analogy, like when you're exploring the map, and the map opens up as it gets less foggy as you visit new areas. But sometimes when you play open world games, you go to areas that you're not supposed to go to yet. You're traveling around, this is cool, and then you see an enemy with its name all in red. It's like level 50, you're like level 9, it's got a skull next to its name, and you're like, I shouldn't be here right now. This is too high level for me. And that's what it felt like. So obviously, like any kid at that age, I looked at her and I went, "Nothing." "Nothing." And she goes, "Don't you ever let me hear you say that again." And I went, alright. She goes, and if your dad hears you say that, he will kill you. And that's all I needed to hear. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a boy, oh, making my dad mad, oh no, that's a death wish. did not want to be dealing with that. So then, obviously, after that day, I never said that word again for a very long time, until obviously I got older, to the point where, you know, you understand the world more. And yeah, so it's funny. Just, I will never forget just the way she turned around, you know, in the corner of my eye. What did you just say? Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So yeah, that was one story. Another one, oh, I'm gonna get this out before the game finishes. Another one, this was like, I'd say maybe like last year or something. I was working at the train station. Nah, I'm not gonna get this one out. I'll save this one. I'll save this one for next time. And by next time, I've already filmed like the next video after this. So maybe this next one will be like two or three videos later. Yeah, I thought I'd have more time. But that story was hopefully funny enough for you. Hopefully that story was was funny enough for you. So yeah, you guys got 2 Ida videos today. 2 Ida videos. 2 Ida matches, I guess is more accurate. 2 Ida matches. A story. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to watch the small ads. Don't watch the long ads. You know, if YouTube's like, hey, check out this 2-minute ad, you can just tell them to get lost. Ain't nobody got time to watch no 2-minute ads. But, you know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe even 30 seconds, feel free to let those ones run. No pun intended on the video. And yeah, it all helps the channel out. And sub if you haven't already. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully, Bakugo, when he comes out, we'll get some videos. Or Bakugo's new Quirk set. We'll get some videos for that when he's all ready to go. See you next time.